All right, no time to explain. We got to get into the speed run. Let's go. I'm already messed up. There we go. All right, lead Suicune versus lead Tyranitar. This is going too slow. Let's speed this up. All right, Suicune's going to CM right away as Skarmory comes in. Surf for 61%. That's a lot of damage. I don't know if that's a fully invested Skarmory. Doesn't seem to have an item. It's going to click spikes. That could be yellow Skarm. It's dead to Metagross. Metagross gets the raise. In comes Charizard, going to force out the Metagross. Back to Suicune. Substitute. Will we see an HP Grass from Fredazi? Does a modest amount of damage. Here comes the Surf from the Suicune. Substitute. Wow, Sandstorm really adds a lot of time to this. We need to learn the Sandstorm skip. Surf coming down on Zapdos. Toxic into Claydol entry. That's really good. Looking like Skarm beatdown from a welcome guest. Gonna block the spin with Gengar. Dodgy's gonna Ice Punch. Takes a Psychic for his troubles. Ice Punch looks like it will kill. Dodgy goes for Giga Drain. Okay, Grass Ice Gengar. You don't see it very often, but it's kind of cool. Snorlax going for Shadow Ball. Gonna blank into the Tyranitar. Break, critical hit, and that's a kill. That's a skip right there. We hit the Snorlax skip. Surf. Crunch. Yes! Got the roll. Alright, Earthquake coming down, killing the Tyranitar. Flygon's here. Alright, that's going to lose some time. Protect. Oh, this is so slow. We're going to have to do backup strats to get rid of this Claydol. Oh, alright. We got the backup strat. Catching the boom. That's awesome. Alright. Tyranitar here. Going to click Rock Slide. No flinch. Nice. I guess I'm commentating this as if I'm Fredazi trying to win this game as fast as possible. But these flinches are not doing well for our time. That's a significant amount of time lost. We're going to have to make it back up in game 2, I think. Mash Miss on the Protect. We did the safety strat, but we wouldn't have been punished if we went for a more risky one. Alright, Blaze boosted Fire Blast. That's going to get the kill. Last Mon, Mence. Alright, let's get the Dragon Claw skip right here. Nope. Dragon Dance from Mence. Can that win? Flygon might be too healthy. Does survive. Goes for a Toxic. Oh no, we're going to have to play a really slow one here. Alright, I'm going to skip turns. Controversially. And that Salamence is dead with the 34 HP Flygon. Fredazi had one more turn, well, I guess 2 more turns, really, to win that game there. All right, next game. Gotta go fast. All right, Zapdos Tar. Just stay in with Zapdos, please. No. Skarmory is going to be a really slow Pokemon here. Oh, okay, Dragon Dance. Maybe Tyranitar just flinches him and just owns. Flinch. DD again if real. He's fake. Not fakes, though. Shout out to fakes. He's a really good player. Hydro Pump coming down on Skarmory. Skarmory still does not have leftovers, but it's a Thief Skarm this time. Flygon. I did not know that Fredazi was a Flygon enjoyer. Oh, that was big time loss. I forgot to put it on fast mode. Alright, here comes Skarmory in on the Celebi. Gonna take an HP Fire critical hit. Spikes goes down. Gonna sack Skarmory. Another Charizard. That's crazy. This is I think this is a sample team in Revival. Charizard Spikes. Looks like it anyway. And Zapdos is going to go down. Tyranitar is here to answer the Charizard. Probably going to force a switch. No. Going to get a substitute. Oh, Focus Punch right now. Oh, that just wins really, really good right there. Yes. All right, forfeit. No. Okay, we're not going to get the game 2 skip. We might get the game 3 skip, though. Oh, here comes the Rachi. Misses a Thunder. That's really bad. RNG, please. But Fire Blast will hit. The backup strat worked for the Skarm kill. All right, Double Edge coming down on Flagon for a solid amount of damage. Toxic. This is slow. I don't like this. Protect. Oh my gosh, it's so slow. Oh my gosh. We're losing so much time here. Here comes Jirachi. Gonna try to speed things up. Ice Punch could do wonders here. But I hope it's, oh man, it's Wish. That's tough. If it was Super Rachi, that could have been the best for our time save. Gonna CM here. Takes a Leech Seed. Not good. Swampert's too healthy for Jirachi to really break through it. Zapdos in. Just get the play right. Toxic. That's slow. That's really slow. What's going to happen here? Light Screen and an Ice Beam. Okay. I think Dodzy's got this one. He's going to keep clicking Thunderbolt, trying to catch the Aerodactyl switch in. Freeze is not great for us. I mean, it skips an animation, I guess. Thunderbolt animation's a little bit slower than Freeze. So, maybe it saves some time overall. Alright, come on, Swampert. Just die here. Zapdos dead. Swampert dead. Flygon versus Aerodactyl. This is going to be another Flygon moment for Dazi. Is he going to Toxic or is he going to Rock Slide? Oh my gosh, he's going to go for the slow Toxic. We're gonna do the Toxic Flygon skip. All right, there we go. Boom. Split. Let's go. Let's go. Next game. Next game. Shout out Spreak. That's my captain. He's got Smeargle. That could go really fast. Brick Break. Smeargle lives it. Agility. Gonna pass it. Can't do that, unfortunately. Gonna go for a Spike, though. And Suicune is in. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting to put it on fast mode. I'm losing so much time, chat. Please. Somebody remind me. I don't like Suicune versus CM Blissey, though. That seems not good. Is Tonka Man gonna rip the Thunderbolt? Yes. Gets a Para too. Nice. And by nice, I mean not nice at all. Roar comes out. Can't throw out a Surf here if you're Spreak. A Hydro Pump instead. That's even better. It's probably an offensive Suicune. Alright. Another CM. We're going to be two-shotting Blissey. But we're going to have to hit through the paralysis. Actually, we're going to have to hit more than just through the paralysis here. Alright. Afforded another CM turn. T-Bolt comes down for 14 whole %. Alright, come on, come on. Crit, crit. No. Alright, hit it, hit. No, come on, man. We're losing so much time here. Oh? No, dude, come on. We're gonna have to go for the backup Blissey strat here. Okay, finally get the hit. Ice Beam into a DD would be awesome. Oh, a Dragon Claw doesn't kill. And Brick Break is going to kill the Suicune. Here comes Mence. Brick Break coming down for nothing. This could be a mixed Mence. It is. Fire Blast does not quite kill the Skarmory. Unfortunate. But D-Claw is going to get the kill. Nice. Arrows in. Alright, this should go quick from here. Nice. to catch the switch. Oh my gosh, that's a mixed tar. Damn, that did a lot. All right, Brick Break coming down, going to kill. And Brick Break from Spreek should do a lot of damage here. Nice. Jolteon in. On Rock Slide, dies. Metagross in. Gonna Agility. Does. Alright, just hit your mashes, hit your mashes. 1. Oh, we don't even need to hit the next mash, just Earthquake and we win. Boom, good job, Spreek. Alright, next game, we gotta go. Alright, Zapdos versus Tyranitar. Tyranitar favored. Fire Blast! But we missed the Breloom! That's really bad RNG. We're gonna have to hit a crazy backup strat here. Alright, Moltres. I'm gonna take off the coat for this one. Ooh, nice call, getting that Starmie. Would you stay in here as Spreek? No. Gonna switch to Skarmory. That's actually pretty wise. Thunderbolt. So this is not a def me. This is an off me with Recover. Roar. Gets the Breloom in. Protect. That's slow. This is slow. We don't like this. We're losing time. Gengar comes in on the Breloom. That's nice. If we took a Spore there, that could have been really bad. I don't usually like Gengar plus Moltres, but I acknowledge that sometimes it's nice to have that double Wisp core. Or you could free up some Will-O-Wisp slot for one of the two of them. Which, I don't know, you probably want Wisp on both. It's just a good move. We did manage to land a Toxic on the Starmie. What's up with all the defensive Flygons? That's really losing us a lot of time here. Alright. Ice Beam into the Skarmory. Starmie incentivized to stay in, kind of. As Skarmory's going to go for second layer. That's really nice. Switch to Gengar. No, just gets third layer. That's actually sick. That Starmie's pretty low. Or it's going to be pretty low when it comes back in. Alright. Gonna sack the Skarmory. That's actually really nice. Now, Starmie has to pick between its life and getting rid of the spikes. Decides to just go for an Ice Beam. And Zapdos is going to trade down with the Tyranitar, who is Pursuit Tar. Makes a lot of sense with the Breloom team. Does not have a move to hit Zapdos very well, though. So Zapdos is going to pick up another kill there. Spreek going to keep firing? No. Going to go to Flygon. Sounds about right, because this Zapdos is very unlikely to be HP Ice on this sort of structure. You're too soft into Swampert if you do that. Or I should say that you're not able to break Swampert if you do that. Alright, going to Sleep Sack the Zapdos. Pretty solid. Unless there's another water in the back for Tonkaman, which I kind of doubt. Stun Spore. Wow, okay. I've used that before. Watch my Scizor video if you're interested in this double Spore Breloom. But it's kind of cool. Oh my gosh! We skipped game 2! Tonkaman timed out! Let's go. Play this. Go fast. It's Albert Simpson versus Incognition. Two Mushi rookies. That is not a choice-banded Metagross. In fact, that might be a bulky Metagross with, like, really low attack investment. If it was mixed, I would have expected it to stay in and fire off a super effective move into the Skarm. Gonna take a Fire Blast on Albert Simpson's Skarm. Gonna Roar, trying to stop a Dragon Dance sweep. Alright, Claydol in. With Incognition's team, very unlikely to be able to fit a Spin blocker, so Spin is pretty free. Switch to Skarm on Protect. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine if that was a T-Bolt click? That would have been insane, though. Albert Simpson playing this slow. We don't like to see that. Oh my gosh, here's a Blissey. That's really, really bad for our chances to make it out of this split with good time. Seismic Toss onto Skarm. Gengar in. Alright, do something here. Make us some progress. Alright, Fire Punch coming down. Alright, HP Grass, catch this Tyranitar. Do it. No, I won there. Just saying, I won there. Ooh, gets pursued on the way out. Does have the bulk to live it, though. Comes back in with the Gengar. That's actually sick. No, stop protecting, please. Ice Punch. Okay. That's interesting. Fire and ice coverage is not something you see all the time. Boom. Giga Drain. Last move better be boom, then. Otherwise, you're fishing to not see a Blissey. Earthquake comes down, kills the Tyranitar. Good. Skarmory's in. Not good. Toxic, caught on the Skarmory, but we're going to trade spikes. Third spike going up for Incognition, as well as Albert Simpson. We're going to get a spin for a Toxic. If this is Refresh Doll, I'm going to lose my mind. Oh my god, it's something far more sinister. I can't believe this. Here comes Suicune. Please be offensive. It's not going to be on this structure. I can tell you that for sure. Interesting team by Albert Simpson. I would have imagined that there'd either be a Doug or you would kind of go lean more defensive and maybe have like... Well, I mean, yeah, Doug in the Gengar slot would have made more sense to me. It's kind of like V5 in that way, but that's not what we saw here. Kind of strange. I've also seen like Boom Spam with like a Regice in the Blissey slot to sort of make this team have a little bit more of an offensive edge. Incognition is just roaring around as Albert Simpson is healing. This is a very, very slow strat. We're going to lose a lot of time on this split. Come on, come on. Crit, crit. Rest Metagross? Are we fucking for real right now? This is insane. Insanely slow. Holy shit. Alright, come on. We're not roaring in this Claydol here, or not enough times for it to get out of its sleep. Oh my gosh. Soft-boiled, roar, Metagross, gonna burn a turn. Oh my gosh. Here comes Claydol. No. Alright, I'm skipping, I'm skipping, I'm skipping. Alright, there we go. Skarmory's dead. Machamp is in. Cross Chop. That does a lot. A crit could put this Claydol into bad range here, but opts not to go for it. Leech Seed comes down. Celebi's healing up. This is really slow. Really, really slow. Oh, now Halbert's going to get his turn to roar around. Not as effective, though, because of Leech Seed. Switch to Doll. Boom. Do it. I know you don't have Boom on this Doll, but come on, man. For the fans. I may have to do the hyper fast tech. I haven't practiced this route, but I think this is what we're going to do. Alright, alright. Let's see if I can hold on. Roar! Gonna switch. Yes, both switch. Alright, Doll into Blissey. Alright, Machamp, good catches the Blissey. Ooh, nice hidden power Brian for the Claydol. Suicune gonna force out. Crit on the Zapdos. Could stay in if you want. Does not opt to do so. Instead, gonna go to Blissey to get aromatherapy. I don't remember what was asleep. Something was. Metagross in. I would trade. No. Please, man. Please. Alright, Ice Beam onto the Celebi. A next Ice Beam and a Leech Seed miss would get the kill on the Celebi. Doesn't risk it. That's fair. Toxic comes down and misses. Oh my gosh. Alright, nice. The Machamp is dead to the Sandstorm. Thunderbolt comes down. Protect. Alright. This is why we don't do fast mode when we're doing, like, real commentaries, folks. Or hyper fast mode, I should say. Alright. Nice. Roars. Misses the Leech Seed. Now Claydol's in. We're going to switch back and forth, basically, to bleed the Celebi out of its Leech Seeds. This is going to be a very slow end game. This is not good. Explosion on the Celebi. Let's go! Ref's Explosion and Toxic. What the hell of set is that? That's crazy. Alright, last mon, Jirachi. It's a sub-Rachi. Thunderbolt comes down, roared out, nice. Gonna save the Skarmory. I don't know if that's quite necessary. If this Claydol has Earthquake, though, then we're fine. You don't even need it, actually. You can just Seismic Toss down. All right, Seismic Toss. Next Seismic Toss, brace the sub. Jirachi will not be able to sub, and it will die to the next Seismic Toss. Good. Next game. Let's go, let's go. Play. Go fast. All right, another Metagross lead. Boom. No, okay. Probably is a... It might be a banded Metagross, though, to do that much with Earthquake. Don't know, though. That's an offensive Suicune, probably. How much did that do? Just over half? I feel like offensive Suicune to Metagross would maybe do a little more. I'm not sure. My head calc's bad. All right, we're going to trade 3 layers of spikes. No, 2 layers of spikes and a lot of Skarm health against the CV Metagross. You had a mag the whole time and didn't go to it. That's insane. All right, this is looking like blue offense from Incognition. This is looking like a sort of balanced, maybe Big 5 Metagross for Albert Simpson. Most likely, actually, it's Lastmon Salamence. Salic Berry, but you get Parad. That's so bad. That's such a cool set, though. All right, getting last spike up. Magneton team lets 3 layers of spikes go down before the Skarmory's even dead. That's insane. Better be Lastmon Claydol the way you're playing this. Mash. 30%. Gets an attack raise. Thunderbolt does kill. I think that is a banded Metagross from Halbert. Rain Dance clears this weather. That's actually pretty good. But Wish floating. Magneton dead. Metagross in. Skarmory dead. Salamence in. Gonna switch to Swampert on a Meteor Mash. Makes you think, why didn't you just go to Swampert to begin with? Oh my god, that is crazy fucking hacks. Fire Blast. Oh, gets the hacks back. Some will say it's even, although I do think Halbert kind of played to get punished there. Substitute. Seismic Toss. All right, this is looking similar to the last game where the sub-CM Pokemon is going to get 1v1'd by the Blissey. Although if this is Hydro Pump, yes it is. Can't remember, I'm so ADHD, I forget everything 2 seconds after it happens. With +3, you might be able to get into 2-shot range. I'm not sure. Well, especially if you crit. Like, what the hell is this, man? Come on. Oh, miss. There is justice in this world. And Halbert just goes for the Seismic Toss. Interesting. All right. Intimidate on the Heracross. Heracross, Rock Slide for only 54. Hits the Fire Blast. This Salamence is likely dead to a Dragon Claw. We'll see. No, lives it. Opposing. Oh, okay. I see. The Dragon Claw back. Does Brick Break get there? No, does not. Boom. Huge. If that was Bold Blissey, didn't matter. Next game. Oh, split. All right. Let's play. Go, go, go. Buzz versus Zinc. Zinc is an SPL gamer. This is an awesome custom avatar that you get for ladder achievements. Zap versus Zap, both going to Thunderbolt. That is pretty commonplace in that matchup. Leech Seed coming down on the Skarmory. Skarmory going to go for a spike. Most likely takes a Hidden Power Fire for its troubles, though. We've been skipping a lot of game 3s. Very good luck. We've been hitting all of our techs here. If we could get another game 2 skip, that would be phenomenal. Crunch on the Swampert. Nice. Crunch onto Tyranitar switch. That's some chip. Stays in. Probably going to go for a Brick Break. Yes. 64%. Tar is low. Flygon in on Earthquake. Very, very nice call out from Buzzed. Not as nice a call out on that turn, but that's okay. You're pretty far ahead. You don't want to play too crazy in the paint. Hard in the paint. I think that's the term. I don't know. I'm a very casual basketball fan, but my team beat the bad guys, so let's go. Wow. Hidden Power Ice crit on Zapdos. That's not good. Ooh, crit on Rachi. Actually, that is really good for our time-saving prospects. This is a defensive Rachi. Can float the Wish here. Zinc is going to paralyze the Rachi, intuiting that a Wish was coming. Nice Fire Punch by Buzzed, punishing the Scarm switch a little bit. Gonna set up more spikes. This is looking like Superman from Buzzed. And last mon for Zinc, I'm gonna suppose is Aerodactyl. Nice Drill Peck critical hit, probably didn't matter. And Gengar here. Wisping the Skarmory, very nice. Roar. Gets Flygon in, not as nice. Gonna go to Skarmory. Tyranitar gets roared in. Alright, that's some damage. Flamethrower down. Critical hit. Probably didn't matter. Earthquake, that's going to kill this, probably a Pursuit Tar, yeah. Focus Punch on a Spike Click, no critical hit. Is Buzz going to opt to get the third layer? No, going to save the Skarmory, go to Flygon. Hidden Power Rock coming out. Actually really, really nice for Buzzed. I think I would have Hidden Power Rocked again, even. But to catch the Tyranitar hands in the cookie jar, you get an extra turn of leftovers healing. That's really nice for Flygon. All right, come on. Oh my gosh. Paralysis is not very fast. Oh, full pair is going to make this a little bit quicker. Zapdos might be able to win the game on its own here. Flygon's going to come in and waste a turn with Protect. That's really bad for us and our prospects of doing this quickly. But it does mean that Flygon has maybe a chance to live. I don't know. I mean, I think Buzz is probably just making that play to get some more chip healing on the Flygon. It was always going to go to Jirachi there. Nice switch into the HP Fire, but Flygon's too passive. I don't think it's going to be able to break through this team. All right, we're going to skip. We're going to skip. All right, Psychic came down. Toxic on Celebi, Leech Seed on Flygon. Flygon is in a really bad way here. Gonna see a switch to Skarmory. Hydro Pump should kill. Alright, it's actually Surf, but it does have enough sauce to get there. Nice. Earthquake. Ooh, does not quite kill the Rachi. Oh, but dodges the Toxic. That sucks. Alright, full para. That saves us a turn. Nice. I like that. Next game. Let's go. Let's go. Will Zinc get us the skip here? Okay, 2 probably banded Metagrosses, 1 Earthquakes, 1 Booms. So it's 5v5. 2 Tar teams coming out here. Buzzed has... Whoa, okay, this is a strange kind of team here. Last mon, probably Magneton for Buzzed. We'll have to see if that's going to help, though. Salamence faster. Going to go for HP Fly. That does a lot of damage to the Flygon. That's an offensive Gone. With Dragon Claw? Is this a mix Gone? I'd be afraid of a Giga Drain if I was Zinc. Earthquake coming down. Double Edge coming down. Snorlax is dead to the next Earthquake. Gonna sack it anyway. Heracross in. Mence. Megahorn. Don't do enough damage there. Salamence is like 1 good turn away from winning this game. If it's Brick Break, it probably just wins right now. Earthquake. Rock Slide. And that kills. Crit probably did not matter. HP Grass coming out from Jirachi. Could be fighting, maybe. No, most likely Grass. Oh my gosh, that Psychic didn't kill. If that Psychic killed, it was super duper over. Here comes Mence. I'm going to try to make a miracle happen. Actually, this Swampert's pretty low. You could get there. Gonna DD again. And dodges a Rock Slide. That is so unfortunate. We're not going to get the Game 3 skip on this one, ladies and gentlemen. HP Fly kills the Pert. EQ kills Rachi. And HP Grass will kill the Celebi. Alright, yeah. Cutscene skip. Let's go. All right, my menuing was bad there. I kind of lost a second or two. All right, Rock Slide from a CB Metagross maybe into a slightly defensive Zapdos. I'm not sure. No item, right? Yeah. So that's a Refresh Pert coming in on Defrachi, probably. Cloyster in. Wow, that's the Pokemon you don't see every day. Now we're going to see Zapdos coming in on the Protect from the Skarmory. Very nice. T-Bolt coming down. Does quite well into Rachi. Going to get the Paralysis. Now the shoes on the other foot from game 1. Toxic onto Pert. Pert going to refresh. But that allows Skarmory a free entry, basically. And if your spinner is Cloyster, then sometimes that's a little bit inconsistent. We'll have to see what happens here. Wow, that Surf doing a lot. Are these offensive Surfs from in this game and then from Zinc last game? That's kind of crazy. All right, here comes Gengar. Will-O-Wisp on the Swampert. Going to take a fat Surf for its troubles, though. And Swampert probably going to refresh. No! Actually goes for the kill on Gengar. And Destiny Bond is going to pick up the Swampert there. That could be really good. All right, Flygon from Zinc this time. A lot of Flygon today. How about that? All right, Toxic on Cloyster. That's going to put Cloyster on a timer at the very least. Spin blocked via Protect. Probably going to go to Skarmory. Yep. All right, 3 layers lost, but Skarmory can reestablish at least 1 layer here. Does it have Protect? It does. Can go for it very easily here. Cloyster can go out spinning, but Skarm's always going to reestablish with Spike. Okay, goes for Boom. Zinc tries to catch it with a double Protect. Doesn't get it, unfortunately. Well, I don't know if it's unfortunate. It's like a 50-50, so like I guess if you're a Zinc fan, unfortunate. If you're a Buzzed fan, fortunate. For the prospects of this game going quicker, though, I do like that. All right, come on, come on. DD. Oh, DD Burn Tar. That's not a good place to be right now. Jirachi's such a freaking hackster, which is why I love that Pokemon so much. HP Flying coming out for a solid 19%. Holy hell, that did nothing. So that like a max defense Flygon too? Jesus. Alright. T-Bolt coming down on the Tyranitar. And Tyranitar going to crit the Rock Slide. Really, really good. Zapdos skip hit. Alright, EQ from the arrow. Flygon's here. Oh! It's not a banded Aerodactyl. Switching up moves, going for HP Fly into the Flygon. HP Rock did not quite get there on the Aerodactyl, and Aerodactyl's going to sub. This is really bad for the prospects of this game ending quickly. Critical hit, that's better. Alright, come on. Subs down to 1 HP. Lychee Berry. I don't think it quite kills the Flygon. You're going to need another critical hit. Goes for a Rock Slide flinch instead. Gets it. But I don't know if you even kill with this one. I think you're going to need another flinch. Oh, you do get there. Very nice. All right, EQ. Doesn't kill Rachi. Rachi gets the Fire Punch off. And Metagross here. Metagross is going to have to lock into a move that can kill both Rachi and Zapdos. Meteor Mash could do it. Misses and burn. Wow, okay. GG's, no GG's from Buzzed. I don't necessarily blame you. All right, let's go on. Split. Play. If you've watched Zet's stream, you probably have already seen this game. He leads Glalie versus Salamence. Going to spike immediately. Taunt the Suicune. Nice. Catches the Calm Mind. Going to get another spike. Could go for third spike here. Does. Boom. If you're real. Boom if you're real. Nice. Get some damage on that Suicune. Really, really high Glalie value there. Tyranitar's here. Going to establish the Sand as Gengar is going to Thunderbolt. Ooh, Pursuit, but Gengar does not quite live when it comes back in. You need a little bit more Spadef investment. Claydol's in. Now going to spin the spikes away. I think you probably maybe spin block with the Gengar. Depends on what you have in the back for Zets. But here's the problem, though. This is an end pert. And end pert just took that little bit of damage there. That means that end pert is not going to be able to sub down to 1 HP in this game, which could be big. That might matter a lot for the prospects of killing the Suicune. Also, Endeavor clicked into the Suicune. That's -2, so it's at 6 Endeavors. We're going to keep track of that PP throughout this game. They didn't implement the pressure stuff that Xtina was so politely asking for quite yet. So I'm going to have to do the charcoal and slate method. Roar. All right. I don't know if... I hope I don't have to count roars here. Surf coming down. Zetz is going to have to switch the Swampert out eventually. All right. Switches the Gengar in on a Wish turn. Not a great Sand Sack for Zetz. Substitutes down to 46%. Suicune does not really have to do much here. Gonna CM. It's kind of whatever, because Swampert can't really do anything to the Suicune. That's also -2 Endeavors, so we're down to 4. Down to 2 Endeavors. That's not good. Ironically, I think when this game was happening, I was watching a Call of Duty 2 speedrun. I think the Call of Duty campaigns make for some entertaining speedruns. Let me know if you want me to do those. I'm not going to, because I'd be really bad at it, but I don't know, I guess if enough people ask. Maybe I'll learn to do a speedrun. All right, critical hit on the Rachi. Really nice. That is actually a huge out for Zetz. Zetz, if he gets the turns right with this Metagross, could win. Mash and gets the raise, but that's not quite enough because of the Wish on the Lax. Gonna boom, though. Gets rid of the Lax. That's really nice. Tar's going to have to smoke the Suicune. No, switches to Swampert. What are we doing, man? Swampert's not doing shit to the Suicune. And it's a Crocoon as well. That's not good. All right, click your last Endeavor. Do it. Roars instead. That's actually pretty good. Now you can Endeavor. Sick. Does Surf kill? Yes. Wait, hold on, though. No Endeavors left. Surf is not killing Mence. And it's going to DD in your face. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. DDs again. Your last better beat a +2 DD Mence. HP Fly. Goes Tyranitar. That's not good. Brick Break. Ooh. Yeah, it's over. Last is Charizard. And that's it. Good shit to Forte. Alright, next game. Fast. Lead Registeel, probably a defensive team. Actually, Breloom, maybe not. Okay, it's just some bullshit. I saw a Lapras on my screen very briefly. What the hell? Lapras is kind of fishing for a Suicune matchup. It's really good if your opponent has Suicune. Almost every Suicune set gets completely smashed by Lapras, especially with Thunderbolt. Jolteon in on a Thunderbolt, really nice. Skarmory got parried though, so we'll have to see if Zetz can luck ourselves out of this one. This is a lead Swampert. Takes another HP, or sorry, not HP Grass. Rapid Spin though from the Claydol. Let's see if Zetz learns from his mistakes. Probably didn't. All right, going to BP to Gengar on a Focus Punch click. That's crazy. All right, Flamethrower comes down on the Pert. Actually puts it in a really nice HP range. 30% is exactly where you want to be with Swampert. In Torrent range, but plenty low enough to just sub down and put things into Dead by Sand range. BP to Skarmory on the Breloom. Skarmory actually is a pretty good Spore counter thanks to its paralysis. Gonna establish one layer as the Suitar is gonna take it out. Here comes Pert. Subs. Could kill the Lapras off here. Yes, puts it low enough. Good. Good stuff by Zetz. Managing his N-Pert HP a lot better in this game. Here comes Gengar on the Breloom. I wonder if you save the perk, though. If you go to Gengar, then you could maybe get an Endeavor off again if something else comes in, like the Registeel, for example. But maybe you don't want to get Spored. That could be bad. Oh my gosh, goes for Focus Punch, but the Breloom Brick breaks. Does get a Gengar entry, though. Ice Punch. That's not going to do much damage. Explodes the Registeel. That's also not doing much damage. Are you sacking down to last Mon Metagross? Okay, as you can see, the agency is up 5-1. The Metagross is going to Agility on an Earthquake from Registeel. Earthquake. You're going to need a crit, I think, to beat this Mens. Okay, let's see. A Raise, Fire Blast. Ooh, doesn't kill. Hits the next mash. But with... Okay, you probably love a Mach Punch from this range. Yeah, wow, okay. Meteor Mash comes down. You're gonna have to hit another mash. Oh my god, Zetz is lucky. An EQ on the Frozen Tyranitar. That's an insane robbery. I mean, but good stuff to Zetz, though. He played for his out. Oh my gosh, he just switched to the Magneton on the Skarm, but the Mag doesn't get the kill. Could be a bulky Mag, or could be leftovers. Endure. Earthquake. Okay. What are we doing? Hidden Power... Is that Hidden Power Ice? Gonna scout for it. It is. Well, hold on. If it was Hidden Power Ice... Maybe you should have... And if you're a timid Mag, you maybe should have clicked it on Flygon off rip. Right? Because this is probably a defensive Flygon, which we've seen a lot of this round. Oh my gosh. Destiny Bond Gengar takes out the Snorlax here. Suicune going to be probably the last win condition for Zetz's team. We'll have to see. Pursuit crit. Oh my gosh. Celebi is dead. Don't like to see that. Alright. Switch to Metagross. Scouting Ice Beam, I guess. Now gonna go to Suicune. We're just switching around a lot with Zetz's Pokemon here. You gotta click an attack, brother. Alright. Calm Mind. Rachi, okay, sub. Dodges the Toxic with the Substitute. I mean, it also missed anyway, but... Here comes Flygon in. Do you have Roar? Does Zetz have Ice Beam? Alright, Flygon doesn't have Roar. EQ coming down. Does Flygon even get Roar? I'm not sure. Somebody fact check me. This is going to boost up to a lot here. Forte not able to break the Substitute very easily. Fire Punch comes down. Critical hit breaks the sub. Might have needed it, honestly. Fire Punch is going to do so little damage to Suicune. And now Suicune's going to keep surfing. Throws up a Wish. Rachi dead. Zapdos in, takes the Wish. Zetz is going to surf. That kills Zapdos. And, oh yes, we get a Game 3 skip at the end there. Nice. Good shit to Zetz. That was kind of a fishy little Suicune lead there, but it managed to find the right matchup. Houdini! Let's go. That's big. Pert in on Charizard. HP Grass from Zard, and Pert's going to trade down with it. That's kind of... I don't know if I like that. With the Tyranitar out front, you're, like, really, really betting that this is not a... oh, crap, I forgot to split. Chat, you should have reminded me. Yeah, I don't know if I like that if this is a Rock Slide Tyranitar, unless you have a third Rock Resist on your team, but I kind of doubt it. Cloyster, you're going to get a Spike up. Going to switch to Tyranitar to eat a Thunderbolt. Switch back to Cloyster if real. I guess BP kind of covers a lot. Going to DD, though. Okay. And trade for the Pert. I don't know if I like this from Lakoot. Feagle's got a sick avatar, by the way. Alright, Cloister... Is Cloister going to engineer a win here? I don't think so. You're going to have to switch to something that takes a Thunderbolt. All right, Zapdos. Oh my gosh, gets paralyzed. That's not good. HP Grass at least? No, HP Ice, and does not do enough to Tyranitar to really threaten anything. Goes for a T-Wave. That's at least going to stop the bleeding. Zapdos dead. Here comes Aerodactyl. It's sub-Aerodactyl. Can you find a turn of hacks here? Feagle is going to switch up to Focus Punch, idea being guaranteed to hit, at least. A little bit risky, though, because if Lakoot ever went for a Earthquake on the Tyranitar, I could have really, really soured the mood there. But manages to win the 1v1 there, loses the speed tie to opposing Aerodactyl. You would have had to hit another speed tie versus the Jolteon. Gonna spike up in the face of the Aerodactyl. Doesn't really matter here. Cloister is dead this turn. Alright, cutscene skip. Alright, here we go. Lead Coon is not what you want to see versus Zapdos, but here comes Claydol. That was a Rock Slide, and that did a lot of damage. Alright, here comes Raikou. Raikou is going to Thunderbolt into this Tyranitar switch. Raikou does not have leftovers. Okay, I think I know that this is Vapakuno's Every Set is Weird team. You should go check him out if you want to see what this team's all about. This is going to be a really bulky Refresh DD Mence here. A favorite of mine when I'm playing against Feagle on the ladder. So let's see what we can do here. Focus Punch into the Skarmory switch. Very nice. I'm going to Focus Punch again. Feagle's going to stop it with a Drill Peck. Focus Punch again. Alright, I'm going to stop it with another Drill Peck. Is Lakoot going to switch up? Or is Feagle going to switch up? Feagle does not switch up. Lakoot does. Body Slam. No para. Alright, Drill Peck coming down. And counter. That puts Skarmory really low. And Feagle's going to opt to take the kill. Feagle in the chat says, Zinc joining to see who she'll have to face next week. I hope you're happy with getting your rematch versus me. Oh my gosh, that is crazy disrespect. Feagle thinks he's got this big game in the bag, I guess. Alright, Toxic down on Suicune. Switch to Raikou. Catches Zapdos switch. That's actually kind of nice, but Raikou is getting bled out. It does not have a lot of HP or longevity here, thanks to no leftovers, but the Lumberry is going to come in clutch, at least for one turn. Delays the inevitable a bit. But it is going to guarantee a kill on Zapdos as long as you don't get full para'd. Crunch coming down. That is going to kill Zapdos after Sandstorm. That's quite nice. HP Bug finishes off the Raikou. Here comes the Metagross, which I believe is a mixed meta on this team. Kind of keep it reveal or not revealed. Oh my gosh, crit Psychic. That probably mattered. Yeah, so that Skarmory was dead to that low attack investment mash anyway, so Feagle maybe didn't know. If he knew the team, he would have known that it was a mixed guy right there, but alas, not the case. All right, another Rock Spam team from Feagle. Looks like El Clasico, but leading with Zapdos. And here comes the Salamence. It cycles an Intimidate. That's actually quite good. DD. Alright, Feagle, what are you going to do? If you're Monopert, you're going to Toxic. Yep. But this Salamence has Refresh. But it only has Brick Break, though, so it better get to a point where it can one-shot the Aerodactyl with the Brick Break. Otherwise, you're in trouble. Refresh clicked there, and Feagle's probably kicking himself. Feagle, exclamation point. Oh my. Alright, goes for another Dragon Dance here. Really nice. I mean, if +4 is good enough to get there on the Aerodactyl, then this is good enough. Alright, cutscene skip. Let's go. Good job, Lakoot. Alright, fast mode, fast mode. Oh my gosh, we're trading Zapdos for Medicham there. Unclear if that crit mattered. If it was CB, certainly didn't. If it was int CB, then it certainly did. That para is going to matter, though. Oh my gosh. Speaking of Ice Beam, kills the Zapdos off. That's quite good. I'm going to sack to the Medicham, though. Charizard in. HP Grass clicked. Finds the Suicune. That's actually pretty nice. Lax in. Lax better beat this Suicune. Better para this Metagross. Doesn't quite get there. Lax stays in. And Earthquakes. Pretty nice. Catch the Boom. Tries to... with Metagross. It's a slow Metagross from Lakoot, but Feagle going to switch anyway. Breloom is not a great Pokemon to see here. We're going to Sleep Sack the Snorlax. Huh. Focus Punch comes down for over half of Charizard's HP. That Charizard does not have an item. Substitute down. Pataya. You better have Focus Punch. Does have Focus Punch. Kills that Tyranitar. I feel like if this wasn't a Pataya Zard, it would have been better, actually. But kind of ends up being about the same. Breloom gets the kill. Oh my god, crit Sky Uppercut. That I don't know if it mattered for winning the game, but that sucks. Oh my god, Effect Spore too? Lucky and bad. Lucky and bad. Alright, Suicune is in. Medicham's in. Gonna click last brick break of the game here. Now it's Metagross versus Metagross. Feagle's Metagross is faster. It was faster all along. But yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh man, that sucks. If this Metagross could have had one more move, we could have forced the tie there, which would have been kind of funny. Oh, but that's time. Woo! Sub 1 hour. Let's go. New record. I feel accomplished. Do you guys? That was a nice little speed run of top 12 right there. Let me know how I did. I'm definitely could have saved a little bit more time in the Albert Simpson versus Incognition split. Game 1 went a little long, but I tried my best. I feel good about this. That was a sick run. Maybe we'll try it again sometime. But it's been Tetrafolium. This has been Iron Mugulis, top 12, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you for the next time.